All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally in here with UGK versus Awaken Militia. In case you guys don't know, which is probably all of you unless you read the title, this is going to be the losers bracket semifinals. UGK is going to be on the right, led by Main Man Hustle, and on the other side, we have got a very well-known team in Awaken Militia. This is the Academy Division for AGN Foundation League. It's going to be a fun old time on Hardpoint on Moscow. Hustle already going to be opening things up by taking down Reform, which is a very solid start for them. And Neb going to be trying to come around the back and keep control over the hill that they have right now. Now, Awaken Militia, they have literally all died, and wow, all of UGK's players have gotten 1 kill each, except for D Rose, who is starting to really turn it up now. But they pretty much all won their individual gunfights right off the rip, and that is an incredible sign in the beginning. So you don't normally see, and still not a single kill going in the hands of Awaken Militia. This is pretty dang incredible, my friends, as Specky trying to pull out the first kill, but doesn't. Void beats him to that. And just like that, UGK, they've not only gotten themselves a little bit of a lead, but that's not what really matters here is the 7-point lead that they have. What really does matter is the fact that they have got spawns for next, and they are just having their way with the enemy team like it's Burger King right now. They're not even getting close to the contest of the next objective, and they're going to be able to even further extend their lead off of this one with this current play that they're having right now. Rose in a very strong position up here. Probably going to be tipped off by the dead Hustle that everyone is probably coming from the left side or mid-map. He's going to be spotting Reform and Void now, but getting a little bit shot off his head. So Reform going to be getting on into the objective here. Going after Neb, but Neb does spot a weakened version of him and takes him down. Hustle and the guys now feeling primed and ready to go. And yeah, Rose actually looking to get up in the thick of things now, as he feels that he needs to take a more hands-on approach, especially now that the rotation is coming in. 20 seconds left, you know what that means, rotation time, and oh my god, UGK is absolutely destroying Awaken Militia right now. I don't like sugarcoating things. Well, I mean, I do sometimes, but there's not really a way you can sugarcoat this. That is pretty much exactly what is happening. 6 kills between all of the Awaken Militia players right now. That is a little bit of a tough start, if I do say so myself. Specky and the guys going to try and find their way on in here, but Hustle just being a nuisance in the back, shooting them all, like, in the back, like I'm saying, and Reform getting blasted yet again. Awaken Militia, they're just not able to get anything to connect. This is truly an incredible performance from UGK. Specky does finally manage to break the hill and the death grip that UGK has on this game so far, but he's not really able to hold off the respawning players long enough to make sure that they don't get back on the objective while his teammates are still struggling to get there themselves. Protocol and the guys, yeah, I'm not quite sure what he is doing. They're probably just waiting for the rest of his teammates to come on up, but it doesn't do him much good as he does get blasted by D Rose. Form coming up with a nice little trade out of his own. And as you can see, UGK kind of, they were in a position where they can hold on the bus heady here, but they are going to actually lose it. So they had pretty much everything going for them, but Awaken Militia, they are going to be awakening to the situation, I guess you could say. Waking up and starting to get something good going into their hands for the first time this game so far. This is the best position they've been in, but they still really haven't used it to get themselves a lot of points. UGK is still getting the points despite losing the good position to get the points from. Hustle, Main Man Hustle coming on in here, forced out by a grenade into the path of Protocol, who takes him down. And yeah, they're pretty much just cleaning house on the objective right now. Gets Hustle again. Just YYs so he can take another shot at D Rose. It's just a bloodbath right now, but it is still led to UGK Esports not just getting a lot of time for themselves, but denying an enormous amount of time that Awaken Militia is desperate for right now, if I'm totally honest. Void coming on in here, frying one, and they're pretty much going to try and get some time off this first hill. They know that UGK is pretty much beating them to the next one. In fact, they are going to be trying to fight them for that a little bit too. Trying to go for a little bit of everything at once. But yeah, Hustle, he's going to be chilling here. He does take down Reform. They got to choose one thing or another because these split pushes, especially when it's 3 versus 1 and you're trying to get both, there's going to be 3 versus 1 in the other corner. And now Awaken Militia, they have to turn back around and make sure that they can test this objective enough to where their position on the next hill is worth it. It won't be worth it if they can't even surpass their opponents with this next hill, in my view. because they could still easily get broken. Mr. Neb chilling on the objective right now, just getting shot at, but Frex is going to be just knocking that guy right off that heady. This is I'm just honestly astonished. I have seen these Awaken Militia guys in the past, and I was led to believe that they would be closer of a match with UGK right now, and they are getting severely point gapped right now by about almost 100 points at this rate. Check back in a couple seconds, it'll probably be about that much. So yeah, Gangsta Neb gonna be getting slid in on, but Hustle is gonna be getting a solid trade out and a solid spot up. Protocol just knocking him right on out of there, getting some time for himself. Like I said, breaks coming in nice and hot on a lot of these objectives, but the thing is, you see these guys down at the bottom. Frex, he's going for a little bit of an early rotation here because he knows that UGK, they've got all the time that they really need to off this objective, and the spawns for the next two objectives are incredibly important because obviously they're for the next two objectives. This hill is more than halfway done, so if they can get a good position for these next two hills, they can maybe even... No, they can't quite finish it off. Well, they could technically if they just really put the pedal to the metal, but very likely that they don't, because Awaken Militia is starting to, you know, get more wary of the situation that they're in right now. I'm coming up to his side. Frex has one coming up right behind him. Going to be a little bit confused as to how he got there, I'm sure, but if you look on the stream back, you'll see exactly what happened. Protocol sitting in that bush heady. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Just shooting at Frex. He's going to overextend from the objective, but Hustle and the guys taking advantage of these new GAs, and he is going to be calling in streaks, absolutely annihilating that setup from Awaken Militia. And in fact, I think streaks have done a little something at least about making this a little bit less defender-sided, especially this objective, because it is right out in the middle of the open. So easy to get hit with a cruise missile or artillery if you're not chilling inside the building there, which you don't really get too much control over the objective from in there, so probably gonna not be having too many guys in there. Anyways, on that note, UGK Esports is gonna be pretty dang close to the margin of victory here, and Awaken Militia are just barely getting towards breaking 100. Yeah, literally half the amount of points that UGK have right now. That's just a testament to how well UGK is doing right now. Specky and the guys are trying to find everyone who is on this objective, stop the cap, and get it going into their favor, because they pretty much need every single bit of time that they can get. They can't really let anything not only go into the enemy team's hands, but they can't really let anything go to no one either. They can't they pretty much need everything they can get at this point, literally. So yeah, Hustle just gonna come right up behind these guys and absolutely fry one, but Specky keeping him alive just a little bit. He's had to do quite a little bit to get to this point. You see he's on a 4 streak. And yeah, he might be able to catch all the UGK guys coming out again, but oh, not quite. At the very least, he does put his teammates in a great position to finish off the final 3 guys. And now Awaken Militia, they are quite living up to their namesake. They are starting to wake themselves up, but will it be in time to get an amazing comeback of epic proportions? In my professional opinion, I think they're a bit too far gone, but we'll see what they can do. D-Rose and the UGK guys, they're setting up on P1 just to try and force the Awaken guys out of P2 spawns by threatening a victory off of this one. No point in having P2 spawns if it doesn't go to P2, you know what I'm saying? And D-Rose knows this. He's just going to be running on through these guys, just W-keying at them. But Void does take down a few, and just like that, Awaken Militia, they are going to be taking the bait, hook, line, and sinker, just losing control over those P2 spawns. And 19 seconds is all it will take for UGK to win this. They can get that off of this one if they win it right now, or they can get it off of an amalgamation of this one and the next one. Pretty much, they can literally win off of any of the remaining hills. 19 seconds can come from anywhere, and Awaken Militia still need 125. Frex going to be getting knocked off the objective, so some very much needed time, albeit not very much time going in the hands of Awaken Militia off that. They are going to be breaking the time off of this one, so no one capturing any objective time for UGK. That's about to change as Neb hopping on alongside Specky, whom he does drop rather quickly. And just like that, it is going to be one final assault for Reform. He's going to have to take down Hustle in the back. He totally sees him, takes him down. Going to have to slide on out and take this dude down, but no help there for him. Specky going going to be arriving late and unable to prevent what seemed like the inevitable since that first rotation. UGK Esports going to be taking this by not as sizable a margin as it might have initially seemed, but still a sizable margin nonetheless. Seeing a nice little diamond in the rough here from Specky as he does get that 4 kill spree, as we noticed that he got earlier. And in fact, he jumped on out of here to take down another one and get the rest of them weak. He called out that they were all there, and his teammates actually mopped that up rather well. So yeah, that is going to be the end of map number 1. In case you guys don't know, this is going to be a best of 3 because we are in the losers bracket right now. I think it's going to be in the losers finals. It's going to be best of 5 again, but this is still losers semis, so it is best of 3. This is the last of the best of 3. And UGK, they might be reaping the benefits of that because they just won the hard point, which has been so far, or at least with their lineup in the past before this one, it had been their struggle mode. I'm going to be totally honest. Hardpoint was probably the mode that they seemed least comfortable with, whereas the mode we're going into next, which is Search and Destroy, is their most comfortable mode. Now, I can't knock Awaken Militia's ability at Search and Destroy by any means. They were a pretty dang good Search and Destroy team. At least Reform has always been a pretty good player in that regards from what I've seen in his performances in Modern Warfare. Haven't really seen him too much in the current game, but I'm sure that Search and Destroy skills transfer over very, very well between the games. Anyways, it does appear that we are going to be just getting right on over with the Search and Destroy now. In fact, it's going to be on Garrison. So let's talk a little bit about this map. There is a lot of different dynamics you got going on this map. There is the concept of controlling the bridge. There's the under the tank area. There's the, well, what I was going to say, but no, there is actually GAs now on all snipers. All snipers GA'd for now until they fix the smoke glitch, and also smokes banned. So that does kind of put a wrench in some of the strategies that we would have seen in the past. Those of you guys that are watching that don't know about why the smokes are banned, there is a glitch that you can manipulate to get smokes that appear on the screens of the enemies, but not on yours. So you can see right on through the smoke and shoot them still. It's not very balanced, so they decided to GA it. That has still not been fixed, so we still have the GA. Snipers obviously would be too OP without any smokes, so snipers out as well. That's going to be meaning main ARs are going to have a lot more big a duty covering these sight lines. In fact, I saw it a little bit last night where usually the sniper is chilling in the back tank, but someone carrying the Krieger, the M4, had to move up a little bit closer. So it's a bit easier for the attackers now than in the past because, yeah, they do have a little bit of a position on one of the tanks in their spawn, as I'm sure you're going to be seeing here shortly. It's a very common position that I'm sure one of the Awaken guys is going to be taking up very soon. Oh, they're actually not going to be taking it. They're going to be finding one out in the middle. That's Protocol. Oh, I do have the team swapped. That is my bad. So, reverse teams, and that's who it is. Yeah, Void can be chilling up and on that box heady, but does get very quickly singled out. Specky, all by himself, going to have to do a lot of backtracking. Does find Frex, but Frex finds him right on back. And despite what your screen tells you, it is going to be UGK winning this round. Now, they pretty much ran right on through the middle of the map. Just, I don't know, ran right at them and shot them. That's pretty much all you can really say about that. There's not really much strategic analysis to be done on that. They just ran down the left side of the map, caught their opponents by surprise, and they just shot them better. That's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, on the defense now, UGK going to be trying to take a couple of things into account. It appears that Awaken Militia is going to be trying to do more or less the same thing, but in a little bit more of a tactful manner. You see Frex, not tactful at all. He's going to be coming right on up after these guys, trying to hit him up with a sticky grenade, and he totally gets him sticking the ceiling, but all he needed was a little bit of damage, and did a little bit of damage, in fact, getting the kill. So, he actually is going to go down from Protocol, getting the bomb right on back from the deceased Void. He's going to be making his way through the middle of the map. He knows that Neb is somewhere around here. No sniper going to be meaning less punishment for pushes through mid. Hero's going to be chilling on the satellite heady. I'm really trying to hop in with him, but it's unfortunate that I couldn't get there in time. Speaking of not getting there in time, Neb gonna be getting there a little bit late to the party and dying as well. But luckily for Hustle, Neb did manage to take one down with him in the process. So it is just Protocol who might be able to get an ace here. He finds Hustle, which he does. Wow, wow, wow. Awaken Militia getting right back on into the game off the back of an ace by main man Protocol. He got all the kills that round. That one, and the one on Neb, and the final one on Hustle. He actually also got the first one? Yeah, the first one on the guy in the vents. After Void got blooded in the vents, Protocol went on in and retrieved the bomb off his dead teammate's body, and then proceeded to kill the other 3 players as well. Pretty dang good start for Protocol, but if only you could say the same for the rest of his teammates, as he is the only one with kills on his team. But, I mean, the score is still even 1-1, and maybe that will be the morale booster that Awaken Militia needs. Seems that they're stacked very heavy on B2 over there. It's more of like a 2-2 split, but Void keeping an eye on the vents, kind of. But he's also very conscientious of the... Oh, he's totally seen Neb. Neb taking some big fat shots, and he does go down. Does have Frex in the vent with him, I do believe. No, he is actually not in the vents. He was standing above him. Thanks, minimap. But yeah, he is going to be picking up 2 AK-74Us. Might need that because he is all by his lonesome. Sees Specky, and I think Specky sees him right on back. Totally does, and that is going to be another round for Awaken Militia. Maybe that ace from Protocol is all that they needed to inspire them. Didn't want to leave their teammate all out in the cold on his own, and they're deciding that they want to get in on the action as well. Protocol still doing quite a little bit here. As you see, he took down 2 in that kill cam. And I think also in that round, yes and no. Yes, he did. So Protocol still doing an insane amount of killing in respect to everybody else in the lobby. Not just his teammates, but everybody else. The man is truly head and shoulders above everybody else in terms of gunfighting ability right now so far. Awaken Militia, just chilling like villains, trying to make a little bit of a pathway in here, clearing themselves out a path. But Frex is going to be knocking Specky out of top green, which is going to not allow them to get that bridge control that they really, really wanted. Void doing a little bit of a dangerous situation here, checking vents, doesn't totally know if it's clear or not, and someone is watching the exit. That is Neb. He's got a perfect line of sight on it. Just depends on if he keeps that line of sight or if he decides to go somewhere else. Protocol, he's like, I've got other plans. Gonna go somewhere completely else because I think he smells a rat. Yes, indeed, he smells Frex, and he is gonna be coming on the back of him, shooting him and eating him alive for dinner, as he does kind of even things up now. It is now a 2v3 instead of a 2v4. Void gonna be running out, just kind of running out of time and out of options, just kind of picked a bad one, ran right up into the middle of the entire enemy team, and his teammate soon follows. So yeah, that was not the best of times. It's not the best of times for Awaken Militia in that round. But hey, it's still 2-2. So either team is still in this. Though you really just cannot understate Protocol's impact on this game so far. I'm curious how much damage he has right now. He actually has almost 900. So that is pretty dang incredible, if I do say so myself. Now, UGK, they do seem to be trying to barrel stuff their way into B again. Void getting a little bit hit up, but Neb not too keen on taking that fight. Hustle has got him pretty much right beneath him. Void is actually literally underneath the tank right now. Got a guy up to his left here. You see him. That's D-Rose on that tank heady. He sees the bullets coming from there, and he's trying to play this super duper carefully, and it does pay off well for him. As he opens up with first blood, Frex getting a solid trade out in the meantime, and Specky following the lead of his own teammate straight into the grave. Reform unable to really figure out what is going on in this situation, and he gets blooded as well. Void, he's still behind enemy lines, and he is going to catch one of them solo, as the other two have decided to go and plant on A instead. Now, Frex, he's got a good position where he can watch the bomb from here, but he can also make sure that they don't come from behind them. He and Neb, as long as they keep a common sight line on each other, to where they can help each other out in a gunfight, they'll be totally fine in this. Void, he's going to have to do some serious heavy lifting or hope that the UGK Esports guys come at him one at a time like they are now, but Neb does prove himself superior in that gunfight, making himself the victor right there, and that is going to break the deadlock 3-2, now into the hands of UGK again. Yeah, Frex, man, he just caught Reform out. He just seemed to be a little bit uncomfortable there. Yeah, he was pretty much in not a great spot. As soon as his teammates died around him, he's like, oh crap, I have no support network and I am in the enemy team's zone of control. So not really much he could do after that. So he's going to be switching it up, I think, to the XM4 instead of the Krig 6. Hasn't really been doing him too many favors in this one. Now, just a quick look at the damage done so far, as we're about to get into this again. Protocol showing no fear, pretty much running right at the B bomb site, and he's got quite a little bit of control here, more or less. But Frex is going to take down Void in the vent, which leads to the bomb going down. Now, there are two guys just standing on top of each other, as you can plainly see here. That's a pretty interesting spot. One watching the vent and one watching over him. That's a pretty interesting thing to do. I can't say I haven't seen people do that before, if I'm totally honest. They also make it so that they don't shoot each other in the process while they're double stacking on each other. Oh, that is nice! Triple teaming there. They know that that is exactly what they're doing, and they three-man peek. That is not very fun times for UGK. As now Hustle is going to be the last man alive. 30 seconds left to plant. Protocol just goes right on out, showing no fear. He's like, I got this. He totally does have it, as they're back 3-3 again. And yeah, just like I said earlier, I'm not gonna ever count out a team like Awaken Militia. Reform and the guys, they've been pretty dang good at search and destroy. From what I've seen. Whatever team he's been on, they have been good at search and destroy. I mean, Protocol above all else. Man, look at this guy. He's got 1,000 damage right now and is 6 rounds in. That is pretty much close to a kill a round so far. Or yeah, it's a bit more than that, in fact. Now Frex gonna be taking out Specky, going in for another nice little blood on Reform. Is gonna run right into Protocol with no ammo. Unfortunate. Protocol has gotten 2 kills of his own, and he's gonna be trying to find Hustle. Oh my god, this guy is unstoppable. Holy mackerel. I mean, granted, he did get a little bit of help from his teammate there, but I think even if he did not have the help, Protocol probably had the winning of that gunfight. Void with a solid kill in the vents to open things up, and he does catch Hustle. 1 bullet, and Protocol's bullet was about to hit him, so yeah. Kill steal? You decide. I'm not going to say yes or no, but that does kind of put UGK in a rough position. So yeah, just in case you guys are now tuning in, the teams are switched, so Awaken Militia is UGK and vice versa. I didn't get to change the teams in the intermission, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Hustle chilling up top, watching to make sure that ain't nobody coming up top green, as Reform is blooded again. That is really stinking unfortunate, dude. He has died in every single round except for 1, which is really tough. But yeah, Frex, he's got a guy mid with him, and he does totally find him. The other guy is pretty much chilling by the bridge, and he is running on borrowed time. Does get blooded as well, and that is going to be UGK Esports getting right back on in there yet again. I mean, these guys seem to be playing incredibly aggressively on the attack, both teams. There isn't really much that, in some cases, the defenders have been able to do to stop that. I mean, as soon as the first blood comes out, it's either, yeah, it's pretty much been whoever gets the first blood sees it through to the victory from what I've seen so far. Seems to be the rule of this match right now. Alright, so yeah, Hustle and the guys just running right through the middle of the map yet again, and Awaken just sitting and chilling as per usual, playing this very defensively, trying to get that first blood from an off angle. They have I'm sure that Frex has a feeling, yeah, you see he's leaning towards it like he's gonna peek it if he decides to turn the corner. Yep, there you go. Frex does totally peek it, anticipates that he's there, but it does not save his life, unfortunately for him. Neb is gonna have somewhat control over bridge, as He doesn't know this, but Protocol does not have a line of sight to stop him if he decides to chow from the bridge. Putting some bullets down on the after image of an enemy right there, and yeah, that is going to be Reform getting blooded again. So Awaken Militia are going to be losing their manpower advantage, but they still got time in their favor, as UGK do have to go for this plant within the next 25 seconds. They're at B. A rotation would be very, very difficult. If they can get Specky here, yeah, he knows that he's got to try and play his life until the end of it, or try and stop the plant, as Neb is about to do right now. They've got to make sure that he gets this plant off. Specky's going to catch him, but not in time. Great save from D-Rose, as it is just them versus Protocol. Protocol makes it 1 versus him, and he almost gets the second one, but not before he is squashed by the final man of UGK. And you see, oh my god, Protocol. This guy is an absolute beast machine. You see, he took down D-Rose on the bridge as well. Other opponent was one. He got him down to 1 shot. And, oh my god, if he wasn't on that heady, I think he would have been toast. But that round still is going to go into the hands of UGK. 1 away from winning. This is a great spot for them to be in. As, yeah, I'm sure Protocol at this point is saying, man, guys, I really need some help out here. I really need some help. And his teammates are probably going to answer the call for help that he has had so far. Void, thinking about making a play for Vents, but you know how risky that is, and that could be their final mistake if they do decide to go that way. Protocol, seeing someone on the box headies, is going to just trade some shots, but not really take any. Not really give any or take any. He's just kind of letting him know that he's there and that he means business. Gonna make a play for lights now, but D-Rose is sitting there and ready. Now he really is gonna need some help from his teammates, as he is gonna get first blooded. Void inside of the vents. He's gonna decide better of trying to go out that way, and that is a good decision. As you can see, there are 2 guys watching the exit events. Gonna decide to go through mid now instead. Reform. He's trying to get a little bit of a peek in on any of these guys, but the UGK guys are not budging a bit. Awaken Militia now with the onus to make a move here. Reform, he's in a little bit of a spot where he wants to get a kill, but they are not budging. They're saying, you guys got to go for the plant right now. And, oh, that is a tough one to lose, as Frex is going to be getting a little bit caught out there. Bomb is going to get stopped from being planted, so Specky, he's got to get the kills, and both players running to opposite ends of the map. You see Hustle, he's just running away, making sure that he doesn't get caught, and that will assure them the victory, and not just this map, but this series. Sometimes the best way to win a game is to not shoot the enemies. In fact, it's to do the exact opposite, is to run, and run very, very far away from them. So yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a quickie tonight, ladies and gentlemen. UGK going to be taking the Swift 2-0 in this best of 3. But yeah, that was pretty dang fun to watch nonetheless. So, I mean, I had a great time. I don't know about you guys. I hope you guys had a great time along with me. But yeah, that was some pretty good search and destroy. And I mean, the hard point, it was a great show, especially from UGK. But Awaken Militia, they did have some solid moments in there as well. But that search and destroy, that was very, very nice, especially from Main Man Protocol. I would say that even though he lost, you probably did enough to where he can get at least an honorable mention, if not man of the match, I would have to say. So yeah, that's actually going to be it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in with me on this one. It was short stream and on a new channel, but I mean, hey, it was pretty fun. I had a great time, and I hope you guys got some good content out of it as well. This was for the Foundation League, and this was the semifinals of the losers bracket. So the winners of this, which is UGK, they are going to be moving on to the losers finals tomorrow, and if they win that, they will be in the grand finals of the Academy League, which means I think that they'll be able to go up in the playoffs up against the Champions Division teams, unless I'm totally mistaken on that. You'll have to check out the Foundation League Twitter. It is in the description. Get all the intel off of that for this if you are interested in following along with this. I am not the only caster, and in fact, they do stream all the Champions Division matches on their Twitch. So if you want to find out more about them, link to their Twitter is in the description. Along with that is the link to my Twitter, which I would really appreciate if you guys would follow me. And for you guys, it will let you guys know when there are awesome matches going down, casted by yours truly. And hey, I'm following back, so that's another good reason to follow. Anyways, guys, don't only give love to me and Foundation League, but also give some love to both teams that you saw on display tonight. UGK Esports, awesome, very good patrons of mine. They always have me casting their matches, and I love every second of the matches I cast for them, and I'm very grateful for having them on me to cast their matches. Always love a UGK match. Awaken Militia, first time of casting them this year, and I hope to do more. They did some pretty good stuff in the Search and Destroy, and I don't know if it was an off night for them or something, but they seem to have a lot of good potential there as well. So give some love to both Awaken Militia and UGK Esports, as well as everyone who took part in this. So yeah, guys, and lastly, I want to thank you for coming on out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out, and I will catch you guys all